Hi ladies and gents, as requested, we're going to have a bit of a walk around a BMW M3 that's been converted to production car spec. I'm going to give you to Beric Linton, the team owner and principal, and we're going to have a bit of a look around. Here you go.
Thanks, Andy. So a BMW F80 M3, 6-cylinder, 3-litre standard BMW engine. Not allowed to change anything really in the engine or any of the other components. Are allowed to change the radiators, but not the intercooler radiator. Intercooler's standard, the turbos are standard. Suspension you're allowed to change, and also the brakes. The brakes are set based on what the car comes with as to how big a caliper you can then replace it with. So we've replaced it here with a caliper that is the same as the V8 supercars, and the disc has to be within a couple of mil of the standard disc. If we move further down, basically the interior gets ripped out. As you can see, the dash has to be there, the centre console has to be there, but the rest of it is then converted to a full roll cage race seat. We've put a race steering wheel in it. It's a paddle shift car. You can use the gear stick if you want to shift. If we do want, we'll run a cool suit on the other side, a box over there. But yeah, so basically all the interior comes out and we just put the roll cage in. Then the rear brakes, we choose to change them. Some of the cars out there leave the standard discs and standard rotors and put a race pad in, but we've changed them, and again the rear suspension's free. Move around to the back. Really, basically the only difference is that from the engine to the back of the car, the exhaust is free. So we convert the exhaust because we put a 100-litre fuel tank in this to replace the standard one, but it goes in the standard area where the OEM tank is, and because we do that, we need to run a single exhaust out the back because we've got to go through the middle of the tank. It's a saddle tank. On our mirrors this weekend, we've got in memory of Anthony Rodriguez from Sylvania BMW, died earlier this year, and a good mate of Tim and mine from my days as a BMW dealer, and Tim's still a BMW dealer, so we wanted to, remember our mate and his family. He left us way too early and was a great bloke. Some of our other sponsors, Serco Brakes, have worked very well with us on our pads over the years, and we ran them here 2 years ago when we won the race, and the year before that as well. But Shellgrave come on board, genuine BMW parts, which is great because the car is so standard and genuine. The rules dictate that you can't do a lot to it. They have a racing weight that you've got to meet, which is basically the tear weight you'd find on an RVD sheet for the car for registration. So, it is a production car, and it's like it was back in the 60s and 70s that, when the rules were probably a little bit more lax, we could have still had this thing registered. This car did start life as a registered road car, and I bought it as a stat write-off out of Sydney, and all the 3 cars here that we've built. So this one, the grey one that the Ellery boys are in, and the car that you'll see SVG do a qualifying lap in, we're all stat write-offs that have been bought and we've turned into race cars. But as I say, standard engine, most of it's standard. So thanks to Genuine BMW Parts for coming on board, McDonald's Bathurst, and very proud of the team at Bruce Linton BM Service for building these cars, and hopefully we can get a great result this weekend.